Welcome once again to another episode of Motivational Maniac Podcast. I go by the name of Thando. This is yet another lovely episode. The video revolution continues. First of all, we greet this one in the holy name of Shiva. We're quite thankful that we are still here and through the Almighty and the power and the day that He gave us. It's a very hot day in Cape Town today. We're recording this to be exact on the 19th of March, 2025. I have my good brother, my videographer, part of my circle of accountability. First time on camera for him to be on the show. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here, SunGula. And I always start this episode off with gratitude, man. Thank you for everything that you've done for me so far, bruh. It's been an honor and a privilege, and like I talk so well about you, Fearda, because you deserve it, bro. Like you actually deserve. I love the energy. I love the appreciation. I love the fact that you respect yourself enough to actually give me ideas about the shit I'm doing. Every now and then you pop in. I'm like, yo, T, I'm watching your growth, bro. I'm proud of what you're doing. Continue. Like people need what you are doing. So this is the guy who gave me an opportunity, guys, and said, you know what? Let me just take videos of you. If you can go back 2022, 2023, we were making hella videos. We were in the park, everywhere that we got an opportunity, we were just going in. This is the fundamental steps in which we built our own video journey. And he gave me the courage to actually go and upload those necessary videos because he was like, yo, bro, you actually gifted. You're born with this. You're born for this. But the world needs to hear what you gotta say. So he took it upon himself to inspire me. And one of the episodes I actually mentioned songs that it's important for us to take advice from people who are doing it. You told me I must go on YouTube because you are on YouTube, you were doing your thing. You had your own journey that you wanted to document because you were passionate about the music. But I love the fact that you inspired me in such a way where you were telling me about stuff that you're doing that I should do for myself with my own stuff. And it was so important for me to hear it from someone who's doing it. And I think we get into a misconception sometimes of people telling us we must do A, B, and C, but they are not doing it or they've never done it. So we should be careful about taking advice from people who are not doing it. But we start this one off. First of all, I just want to know how you've been, bro. It's been quite a while since we've been together, and everything, bro. And yeah, you can just start it off on that note, bro.
Oh, okay. Um, uh, as you know, I'm Vlad, aka Sumulastejana. How have I been? I can say I've actually been good because I wouldn't say because there's many things you can say about being good. Are you good like materialistically? Are you good mentally? You feel me? I feel like I've been good mentally because I've been observing many situations, and as an observer, uh, as a person that likes to observe, I realized a lot of things. Like sometimes you don't need to be happy with exterior things.
Oh, shit, man, what a good note to start,
Yeah, like
bro.
I noticed that I had to be happy within, and that's so hard. It's a continuous thing. It's an everyday thing. So you won't feel like that every day, but when you remind yourself, it's way better because you only have your like you fighting with your head, bro. You feel? So every time you're fighting with your head, you're fighting with demons. So as I was fighting with demons, I was listening to this audiobook called Outwitting the Devil.
That's Napoleon Hill right there.
I listening to it like for a whole week.
Damn, bro.
Listening to the pointers. I'm like, okay, drifters. I've been drifting my whole life, bro.
Hmm.
It's like, damn, this book, bro. And this book was released in 1938. Just gave me so much perspective. And I noticed that things won't really change. Like, these will never change, bro. I mean, something from 1938, come on, my mama wasn't even born. My grandma is 7 years old. Like, feel things will never change, bro. It's just up to you. And, I just want to bring more positivity into people's lives, bro. And all that negativity things won't help nobody, bro. Like, that's how I've been feeling since I've seen you. That's yeah.
Aware. Thank you for that, guys. Sure. I've got plenty on my mind, bro. But like you said, you've been feeling good. You've been listening to an audio book, bro. And the main thing that just came into my mind was the fact that nigga is still learning, bro. Like the journey of learning for you doesn't stop. It doesn't matter whether you have a job now, you're unemployed or whatever. But the only way we can get better is if we dedicate ourselves to learning. And the fact that something that was recorded back in 1938 can be relevant to you even right now, it just shows the power of longevity and how even what we are doing right now, it might not hit now because we like going on to 5 years now that we have been doing this podcast thing. And it seemed like child's play when we started. And I made this point yesterday um, to one of my colleagues. You know, you're not going to have supporters when you start. That's when you need to be your biggest supporter. That is when you should hype yourself up, learn the basics of everything, even nasekkaleni. But the main thing is that what energy you bring into what you want to start. Because remember, only you know what you want. Yeah, boy. And then in within knowing what you want, there are going to be clues that you're going to get along the way on what's necessary to do. And one of the most important thing in which I started to get back on is I started to read again. I bought my first book for 350 and it's Witness and Daga's What's More Than Just Money.
Witness Mdaka. Oh my goodness, bro. I follow that guy on Facebook, bro. That guy is such a rare man, bro.
Gee, and in me reading his book, bro, I started to realize like say this wealth thing is a very serious matter. It's a very, very serious matter. And wealth doesn't begin with you having huge amounts of money. It begins with you having the smallest amount and how you're able to manage it, living in within your own means. Because I always like to go back to the joke Kevin Hart said, I'd stick to a financial lane. You're going to meet people who are doing better than us financially, mentally, physically, and all this kind of stuff. But we shouldn't use that to like put ourselves down, which is that's where it goes back. If you want to steal your joy, compare yourself to who someone is today and not who you used to be. Because when I look back and I'm like 5 years ago, me, nah, I've come far, man. I'm beating the fuck out of it. Beating the fuck out of that nigga. Oh, yeah. So I always emphasize this songs, but it's so impossible for you to compare yourself because you are only taking a tiny speck of what that person is right at that moment. You don't see what's behind. And offline, we talked about you envy the success the person has. You don't see what it took for them to get that success, which means they have to compromise, they have to make sacrifices. It's the inner circle, it's the inner conversation, most importantly, because you're busy fighting with yourself every day. I'm like, say, am I going to make this the best day? Am I not going to make this the best day? Like, am I going to beat myself down? Am I going to inspire myself? And every time I work out, I have this thing of, I'm like, Tito, let's go, bro. Like, it's you versus you, Machi. You see, this workout will fuck you up, but at the end of the day, it's what you become out of that. Now I have a different perspective towards challenges, failure, and a whole lot of things that I used to avoid. I used to avoid pressure. Now I look for pressure because I know but that is when my skills are going to be tested. And most people are like, now, why would you go and do that? I'm like, bro, that's where my power lies. Yeah, well, if I can't get tested, especially through hardship, then I do not have the ability to see what I'm capable of. So when the year started, personally, my life was in shambles. I was in a place where now I started to take for granted the meditations, putting out the content and doing all that kind of stuff because now you're letting your emotions rule you. And I talked about in my last kind of state of mind, today's episode that dropped at 12 p.m. is that your emotions are lying to you. It doesn't matter what you feel. First of all, you started this shit, which means you need to continue. You need to keep the word to yourself, even if it means go back on your old episode, listen to their shit, what you were saying at that time. And that is what I started to do because I spoke to Luiana, shout out to Luiana Sidia, who's my business partner. And he told me, nigga, go back to basics. Nigga, go and meditate. Go and grow shit, bro. Everyone love it. Go and do your workouts, sit in nature, listen to the motivational stuff, self affirmations every single day. The shit that you used to do to get you here, that's what you need to return to. What's happening personally in your life? You don't have control over that. People will leave you, bro. People will leave you at your worst. And the other thing I learned is that when people leave you, they expect you to suffer.
Yep.
Expect your ass to suffer, bro. And when you're not suffering, they are not happy.
That's such a bad human trait, though, bro. Like, I feel like most humans have that trait. I've seen it happen. Just because now our relationship's not good, they expect me to suffer. What the hell,
Like you
bro?
said, it's what other humans being are expecting. But I was like, okay, bro, self accountability again, self accountability. Take it one day at a time. Try to lay that brick once a day again. Return to your shit.
Yeah, because the T, let's not forget, you took yourself out there to show shows. That's why I used to be one thing. Me seeing me now was amazes me that here, bro. It's like, damn.
Yeah, it's a matter of elevation when I soon it, and it was so important for me to preach what I was saying. Now I started to take what I was saying like to heart right now because I always tell people, my motivations are always about me. Sometimes, yes, what I say might speak to you, but I'm literally speaking to my younger self, bro. I'm literally speaking to that young man who had been battered, bruised, had no father, had a mother that abused alcohol. But now I was like, you need to forgive that boy, bro, because now you know better. And remember, now you have someone who's depending on you. Shout out to my daughter, Thando. That's my beautiful baby girl. She's 4 years old this year. And when I look at her, I'm like, bro, that's pure love right there, bro. That's the shit we must extract as much as we can, bro. And I'm doing it for I'm doing it for the future me. I'm doing it for my family and future generations that are come out of this family because I realize, but the person who has to change it obviously is gonna have the most weight.
Yep.
So that's why I'm feeling this shit on a daily basis. But you know what? It's calm in the storm. The most important thing that I always like to go back into is like you need to face hardship with a calm mind, a reasoning mind, because that mind is the mind that can be able to think clearly, make sound decisions. That is going to be able to consider, okay, there are the outcomes that can come right and the outcomes that cannot come right. Okay, now we move on. What do I focus on? What do I have control over? Okay, I control my behavior. I control my effort. I control how I turn up. So that should be my pivot. What someone else says or what they do or what they think, I don't have control over that. And I always emphasize, someone's opinion of you is not your business, bro.
Yep.
It's someone's opinion and that's their version of the truth. And sometimes, Vid, I would sit and listen to people's opinions about the shit that I'm doing. And then I just laugh it off because I understand, Guti, they are not in my shoes. They don't know what I deal with, you see? So it's okay for them to think that kind of way. And I know, Guti, that is not my true reality. And then I go back to the things that still drive me, and which is family. One thing that my mom, shout out to her in heaven, she always reminded me, you're never going to leave your siblings. You never leave them. No matter what happens, you always keep that connection because this was actually based on how she had a fucked up relationship with her own sisters, her own family. She didn't have a father majority of her life, which is I'm on a journey trying to find out about his family. But I know my uncle and one of his sons is going to be on the show. But you will see him in future episodes. But uh, family is my DNA, bro. Like family is my DNA because when shit goes down, the people that you think are gonna be there, they're not. It's gonna be that family.
Yep. That's the only people.
That is when they have to put their differences aside, obviously. And I understand with the people are always in their fields and all that kind of that stuff. But Tijani in real one, and it's this person. And now when I'm going through a tough time, it's so important that I have Lubabalo, I have Upongole, Tupra, and my niggas were here, bro. At the start of the year, we're like, nigga, we angry on your behalf, bro. We're gonna be here. We're gonna make sure guys make up back into a good space because we know what you're capable of. We understand, but you're also human. And it's so important, Rena Sungula, for every relationship that we build with people, we deal with people that can be able to understand the human side of us. as this motivational speaker I am, I also go through a tough time as well. That's when I have my people reach out to them. Yo, come over, bro. Let's chill. I would watch Chad. They cook beats. Ubongo would paint. Ulubabalo would also illustrate. That nigga is a motherfucker, bro. Chad, Down South Gun is doing too much. P7 Universe is doing too much, bro. So even if you're going through a lot, bro, you have these people that are always going to point you back. I'm like, okay, yeah, nigga, we understand how you feel. Like, give us those motivation videos. Yeah, but they're not saying we don't give a fuck about how you feel, but you can't stay in there. No, we need to get this money up, bro.
Get back on your grind.
Yeah, we need to get back on that grind. So we're talking about that copyright shit right now, because we see in Chad, he's making music now. This nigga's on Apple. He's getting credits if it on people's projects. So we're working towards like owning our shit, monetizing our shit, because that's food for our kids if it for the longevity.
Yep.
I'm growing a company up, and it's scary when a songs people don't realize. Yes, people can be jealous of stuff that they don't understand because they see what you have, but they don't see the struggle that comes with it. And I'll always tell people, building something is hard, bro. Building something is hard. Like there would be crickets sometimes. Gomba, you ain't got no customers. Nobody's coming you for windows and all that kind of stuff. But you still believe in your product because you know the value that it has to bring, yeah, bro? And while you're doing that, you also try to find other streams of income. You're not going to say, oh, his thing is going to feed.
He's going to learn everything.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, dog.
Yes.
So in this beggar in that trajectory, bro, this shit, eventually it will pop. And once it does, I know that's not going to be the end because I still have those ambitions. I want to go back to school. I want to be a teacher. I want to go into IT. There's a lot of stuff, but I understand that I cannot mess up God's timing. God is saying, I planted you here now. Supposed to be here now. You need to make the best of what you have currently at this moment before I can take you to the next level. So the other thing I've realized is that I have impact, bro. Like when I'm not there, I see that with my colleagues. When I'm not there because no one is me. No one is me. I was on leave a week ago, even, and even the SDM was like, Thando, I missed you. I'm like, wow, okay. Because you don't realize that people are watching you. So people are watching you. They taking notes, bro. They're like, bro, I've never seen this. And there are moments where I find myself in the groove and people would stare. In a way, they were like, shit. It's like they see this halo on you.
Yeah, he's cooking. Yeah.
This nigga is cooking, bro. And I love that. Because to me, give me that fuel, bro. Give me that fuel because I always wake up and believe I'm one of one, bro. Like, once I'm gone, there will never be another me.
Yes, sir.
You see? So let's try, guys, as maniacs. Let's focus on being unique, bro. Like I don't I take it so seriously that way because I see a lot of people trying to be like someone else, and you don't see the hurt that it's actually giving you more than it's actually helping you, because there's no justification in jealousy, bro. Like Lil Wayne said, jealousy is a disease. You can die from it, bro. Like it's a literal disease and it eats you up, because it's madness that you eat the poison and you expect the person that you're jealous of to actually die from it. But the poison, you consuming it every day. You consuming it every day. And Kanye said this, sometimes there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes you the light. So my light obviously is going to shine on your darkness, but I'm still going to shine, bro. I'm not here to make people feel comfortable about themselves because I'm comfortable with me. Confidence say, I don't care what they think about me. You see, you walk into that room and the aura, people greet you, people acknowledge you. I'm like, this is the importance everyone should strive for, to know that, we're part of a clan. Because I go back to that thing, we are the human animal. We're nothing different from animals in the animal kingdom, because there's one thing that animals fear most, and that is to be not part of the tribe.
Facts.
And go one thing I've seen when I songs with me building this positivity is the fact that there are people who wake up every single day to make other people feel out of place, to make them feel like they don't belong, whether it's in the workplace, it's in the hood, it's every single where do we go, bro. And it's sad, bro, what kind of people we have out there. But then that actually makes me see how important my role is.
Yep.
Irregardless, it's a Monday and all of that. They ask me, why are you happy? I'm like, I'm alive, bro. I got chosen. I'm making history. I'm here. That's the most important thing. Like, fair to the biggest gift is life, bro. You can't put a price on this. Someone didn't get to see this day. We're gonna complain. Oh,
Somebody was
it's hard.
let's go deeper. Someone was aborted, bro. Shit. That's even crazier, right? They never even got to live. That's why life is the biggest gift.
And we're still rolling 21 minutes. Yeah, to get into that, bro. Get into that. How precious life is, dog.
Yeah, well, it's very precious, bro. You know, I was even thinking like about my future self. I'm like, yo, my older self needs to be careful, bro. Like, it's not that umuntu uyakwazi choose umuntu perfect. There's nobody that's perfect. But I need to make sure whoever my partner is correlates with me and goes with my vibe. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a what can you say? I'm not a loud person, in your face type of person. So I'm gonna need someone that's like that would understand it. Because in my previous relationship, my previous girlfriend didn't understand that I was so chill. She thought I was nonchalant. She thought I don't care like about anything, bro. But now I used to tell her, no, it's not that. Sometimes it's just the way I am, you feel me? And I feel like she never got that. Hence why she thought I never put much attention into her. I never put effort, which was not the case. But I understand from her point of view because that's what she wanted. That's why I was thinking I need to be very intentional for my future self because life is precious, like we said, the T. Every year counts. You're gonna look back just like now. I'm thinking like when I was 12, you feel like that is a year. Even though that time when I was 12, I was like, ah, damn it, life, so hard, life. But now when I'm old, I'm like, yeah, I remember positive yeah, when I was 20, I was doing this. So now that I'm this age, I need to do more things, things that I can talk about to my future kids. I was telling my other homies that we at that age now, bro, where we're gonna tell our future kids how we came up. We need to focus on our come up.
Claim that was with their shit, bro. Embrace it with every being, bro. I say that in one of my current state of minds. I'm recording in my first property, bro. It's like God blessed me with the property, and like we care so much about. I don't want to look this kind of way. I don't want to abantu bazotini. And I've seen a lot of trees being destroyed by abantu bazotini disease, bro.
Abantu bazothi we must ruin my life. That's it.
Tell me about it, but
Like I love my parents, bro. I love them to death. But they used to put that on me so much as a kid, bro. That almost messed up with my confidence, bro. Because when it's like that, you can't be confident. Because you always thinking, what is thinking gonna say? I can't walk like this. What is thinking? We deal about every little fool now, bro. People don't think like parents, adults, they don't think about like we about Bazuti and how deep it is, bro. Now kids wanna think of every little, they want to be perfect in everything. You can't be perfect in everything. I'm a human. Now at that point, when you have faults, people are like, I never thought you could do that. I'm like, nah, bro, but what about that other guy that was doing so many messed up things, but you just leave him? Oh, cool. Is it just because it's him?
Yeah, we let some people scot-free.
You let other people scot free.
And it's hypocritical, bro. It's very hypocritical because if we can put so much effort in criticizing the next person, what about putting that same energy on ourselves? Because you're also fucking up with your life.
Exactly.
You're also not where you're supposed to be. You have all these big dreams, but here you are, you're still standing in one place. You're stagnating basically, and you don't understand self accountability is very hard. Sungula, choosing yourself is an everyday job. It's one of the hardest things because we live in a world full of distraction. Go, there's this noise up and konba, as if I don't go with the guys, then I'm gonna miss out. And then you find, yo, there was a nigga that pulled up with a gun there and shot everyone, and you're like, I could have been there.
Why?
I could have been there.
Don't you think that he like the 2020s, since it's been 5 years now, this is the 5th year. Everything has been amplified, bro. The negativity is like times 100.
Yeah, dog. That's why we have to dial up. That's the most important. We have to dial up. I told Ivanucci, a friend of Arta, yabo, and niggas recording Art to Smoke. I'm like, nigga, you need to promote more of your shit, bro. Like, even if it's the same shit, every single day when they get to your page,
There are people watching always.
because they're watching. There's that someone who is gonna get tired and saying, let me just click on this nigga's leg. His head is gonna click. Because they wanna see. They wanna see what values you have. Yeah, of course, bro.
Hate is love.
It's a different form of love, and I love you, Oma. Keep on tuning in. Because you're gonna get value. That's the other messed up part, is that a person will go on your shit to spew negativity and they end up getting positivity from you. And the fucked up part is they can't admit it to themselves. They literally have to keep it to themselves. But I didn't know. Why is everyone obsessing about Tando's podcast and all this kind of stuff up until he gets to click? And like,
You know, it reminds me of Playboy Carti, because that guy, he dropped while everyone was anticipating him to drop. And as soon as he dropped, people are hating, talking. But if you look at his
numbers don't lie. Check that. Lie. Check the score.
so you have real life examples every day, Lord.
Every single day, fit. And it just, in Kumbusanga land, I don't know who I heard this from. I'm like, tell me of any hater that's doing better than you. Oh, wait.
Facts.
Tell me of any critic that has a statue, and I'll wait.
Same like that reason situation. Most guys are just, they told him about his life, man. Like,
Aren't they bringing relevance to him? But it's also like, I love what Reason did, bro. I love how Reason protected his women, his choice.
and he did it so nicely. He didn't overstep boundaries now.
He didn't like rude about it. He was addressing it in a good way. And it just makes you aware that some people are doing this for the clicks. Abanyamando are doing it based on hearsay, bro. Because he asked them, where are the facts?
You know, that silence in it was insane. After that question, even the Mamaka chick, she was quiet the whole time. She thought so
She eventually left, bro. She left. Like, you can't keep speaking bull on people and think people are gonna take it, bro. Because now you have something to back it up with. So before you go on spreading lies about people, go and check your facts. Check your facts.
Because I could see in her face, bro. She knew she was guilty, bro. And she couldn't take
Guilty, bro. All of them are guilty. And that's an example of what's happening everywhere currently, especially like I like to address South African issues in terms of how we are one of our biggest enemies, bro. People have platforms, bro. Instead of using those platforms for what they are supposed to be used for, they go there to speak about people's choices. Like, where do you enter in people's choices? Like,
people's love.
how does that, as young people, how is that teaching us? It's teaching us nothing, bro.
Teaching us to be gossips. That's what it's
Except you are the country that's not gonna be known as gossipers now. Who is fucking who and who it. Like, does that shit matter? Does it make it any better? Bro, we have an unemployment crisis. We have a crisis in the country. And when are you busy gossiping about who and who is fucking?
It's not just unemployment,
It's youth unemployment, bro.
youth, bruh.
And remember, who are the majority of people on social media?
The youth. It's all unemployed people that's commenting and watching these shows, bro. I've been thinking about too.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
The kids are busy with them instead of going to church for a job. Even though Gans Gunzilla, but still alive, bro. Gotta be focusing on that, bro.
Well, I had someone who actually commented on my TikTok when we were talking about how, when I had my cousin on the show, I said the current welfare system is just creating a bunch of lazy people. And this guy commented to Kuti, who are you to call people lazy? It's not that anyone would just want to would turn down a job for 350 or 550. I didn't comment back on that, but I'm like, people wanted to hear part of context. But I'm like, okay, you commented on my shit, which means I got to you. Yep. Woo. Ding. So any controversial shit that we're going to talk about, obviously they're going to jump in. But
Glad when you talk that you blow you. Just saying.
Follow me, Thando_Nkonyana on TikTok. Cause
Stop it.
bro, they're thriving. So I'm getting that. I also mentioned about the issue about what is this graduates which are not working, and one actually commented. It was a girl that said, I can relate to what you said. I remember now I got a degree and there was no work. But the ultimate thing is that I didn't lose my dignity. Yeah, but which is going to be the next transition to what I want to talk about, how we have a crisis here of women, young women especially, who think that they have no choices, but they compromise in their dignity, sleeping with men for money, for clothing, and all these kind of things. And it's being normalized right now. And then here I come, a decent dude, nah, I want to love you for who you are. And then you tell me, no, you don't have money and all this kind of stuff. And I always tell these young girls, you must be careful of your choices, because what happens is that when we get to be successful, we're not going to choose y'all as our wives.
It's over. Your time.
It's literally over. Like, imagine, Vetu, you are choosing this current gen. You can't, bro. I literally can't choose any of these women based on look at a young age, because now you have Vitiga. And when you're done with the Vitiga and you want us to take you, no, we're not gonna take leftovers,
You know what's crazy? I don't want to be so explicit, but like, you want to see it in the private part of a girl. If you don't know about she's promiscuous a lot, when you get to that bedroom, you're gonna see, man.
Simple. Because your dignity is there, bro. Like,
that's what I like about the human body. That's what I like. Like, we have about promiscuous.
But my main point about these young girls is that respect yourself, bro. Yeah. Like, when you respect your body, because sex is spiritual, bro. Sex is spiritual. Like, you're having sex with everyone that person has had sex with. Imagine this person, you don't even know how many people they sleep with. They are guys, bro, like on a daily. A different girl, a different girl, a different girl, every weekend a different girl. And these are the same guys that these so-called women want.
Yeah.
And then, I come along, Navir, too, being a high-value male who values themselves, who knows what I bring to the table. I'm not there for your looks. I'm not there for your ass. Like, some men don't care how you look, bro. They waiting for you to open your mouth. I'm one of those niggas. I'm waiting for you to open your mouth. Like, oh.
Yep.
This is exactly what we're dealing with right now. And I was pushing Lewefe to yesterday. Like, men should have standards, bro. Men should have fucking... Bro, we must stop this thing of settling for women, because this beauty privilege thing is...
Sort of messed us up. the Sims, and not even Smyrna Sims, rich Sims. The rich guys that are have messed up the dating game, I swear, bro.
They are the worst.
I can't blame women fully, bro.
Yeah. I'm a G. Self accountability to all these niggas that have got dough, bro. Your money is not gonna buy her love. She's just gonna suck you dry and leave you for the next nigga that has more.
You giving her money to spend on a boyfriend. She's using her money to spend on an actual that. That's how it goes, man.
Oh shit! And she goes builds up another nigga with imali yakho. When you thinking you scoring, you scoring, you scoring. It just shows the lack of values that we have. I just want to go back on Facebook and actually look at this post, bro. Because I feel like a lot of people don't get this, bro, yes?
Rich Malume.
A lot of people don't really get this. Where is this shit? Man with problems.
Oh, your problem. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not that one. You talked about the marriage stats. 2020 was the end of the world.
Don't you think you went past it now?
I think I went past it, ne?
Because these are older stuff now.
What if 2012? Opinion. Believe who God loved the most. Past. Absence of manual purpose.
Isn't it this one? In the absence of purpose.
In the absence of purpose, men will seek pleasure by the way. A man who has no clear purpose, no clear journey will eventually give himself to pleasure. That's how people become alcoholics. That's how people become drug addicts. That's how people become sex addicts. The pursuit of pleasure is what destroys men. Men should be purpose-driven. Men should be agenda-driven. A man must have a struggle. It is good for him and better for society. Man was created to serve a purpose. A man needs a purpose. He needs an ideal to strive for. The reason why so many young men have given themselves to drugs is because they have no purpose. A man without purpose becomes a playground for the devil.
Was this the post?
This wasn't the post. I can't find that post here, bro.
Okay, but this one makes sense.
This is also something that makes similar. Said it was something similar. Oh yeah, Nance. A healthy man, a sick man, and a dead man. Between the three, do you know who has the most problems? The healthy man. When you are healthy, you have so many problems. You have the problems of bills, the problems of debt. A healthy man's problems are many. On the other hand, you have a sick man. A sick man only has one problem. A sick man can only think about their health. Everything else doesn't matter at that point. To be sick is to have one problem. All sick, all the sick people have one problem, which is where the danger actually is. We are supposed to have many problems. Life was designed to produce problems for the living to try and solve. The minute you have one problem, you are sick. The moment you have no problems, you are dead. Those who are healthy and those who are living will always have problems. Bro, that shit hit the spot, bro. I don't want to
all aspects of life. Because to live is to have problems, bro.
To live is to have problems. It isn't.
Sometimes the oxygen don't hit problem. You never know what their problems are.
Of course, bro. Because now, yeah, because everything, it goes back to like, everything has a purpose. There's a reason why we are here. Just going back on the previous post about the dangers, we were talking about Louis, that you meeting niggas in the hood and they're too materialistic. There's nothing that drives them because you will try to find out the conversation like, guys, why is no one talking about purpose? Because that's the purpose of us being here as men. They have to be driven by something.
Why do you think we're so loose? Niggas are moving backwards, man.
I wanna love it, dog. That's the other thing that I've started to realize is that some people are actually going backwards, bro, instead of forward.
And in Melody, there's a saying that says, "Subuela umfa." Do not go back. Why are we going back? I don't get it, bro. It's supposed to move forward. That's like a famous man line there. Don't go back. We're moving forward. Even kwala bethu, they can't go back. They can't walk back. They let's work forward. That's deep there. It's supposed to be a saying already, la way.
And your pride.
But as a human race, we should be moving forward. That's what God intended.
Exactly. As is a calendar one, we should constantly improve, and comfort is a killer when I songs. That breeds laziness.
That's when the devil strikes you. And out in the devil, that's what he said. He was like, I like idle minds. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. I can't feel the best manager. No, that's what I'm never done. 60. This.
That's how you get your ass, bro. That's how the motherfucker will live.
And what about propaganda that he? Propaganda sometimes messes up people too.
Of course, propaganda is very powerful. I think I talked about this when the show was still audio, that when Hitler said, when they created the television, he said their lives will never be the same again because it's television. Anybody who has the power to influence you now can influence you in the masses through social media, newspaper, radio, all these different kind of things. That's why these platforms exist.
That's why they're so big. So Zuckerbergs of this world's name.
Oh, because they knew, but we could mass brainwash them, bro. So propaganda theory is one of the tools that they use to control people, to shape their perspective. It's like, see, I was talking about with my colleagues last week, the difference between the TikTok algorithm here in South Africa and the one in China, and how in China they are teaching kids how to disassemble a gun, clean a gun, 5, 6, 7-year-old. But what is a 5, 6, 7-year-old doing up in South Africa? They're doing TikTok challenges. It just shows, and I talked with Michali, shout out to Michali Kalpinar, who's my cousin. Check him out on 3 other episodes of the podcast. And I talked about the difference about education versus entertainment. How we are in a position where we forget so much that we are behind. We want to be entertained. Yeah, but look at when you go on TikTok, it's challenges, challenges, challenges. Nobody's using person. And then when you get people who are going to be teaching, you find people are flooding to the comment to bash that person down. Why do you think what you are doing is going to change? But when a celebrity comes up with the song, even the way that some people are making music right now, they're making music for deep challenges. Yeah, but
That's why music's so trash.
clip. It's in huge quantities, but the quality is shit, bro.
No, that I was listening to 2000s music. I was like, yo, quality. The messages, what they talking about. It's like, people are people back then, bro. I don't know, yeah, but early 2000s, social media didn't exist, bro.
It didn't exist. The problem started 2005 and going upwards. That is when it started. But then the 2010s are the era where that shit just blew up. The people live without social media right now. It's like
People live with social media law. And they didn't have it for the rest of it. They didn't have it for majority of their lives. But now it's that they can't get their hands on their phone.
And that's the danger, isn't it, Bonile effort about being a chain that's raised on all these technologies, is that we let this stuff consume us, and we literally become all of these things because now
It's like my extended hand.
we're walking with a chip everywhere, and we allow ourselves to be manipulated. Like any person now can be able to spread a rumor on social media and say someone. There was a rumor that Uringo passed away.
I saw over.
I got so pissed.
I was so sad. I thought that was for
I thought the same thing, bro. Couple of weeks ago, they spread lies about Java raping Amanda Black.
that one was crazy. Amanda had to come out and say, nah, it's not true.
But what is this agenda?
And all this women like, I'm there for. I was like, it's men versus women for real. Worldwide now, bro. I peep that shit now, bro.
Why are we so weak as black people, bro?
I was like, yo,
Bro, it's so easy to destroy a black man these days. A black man,
a black man's the easiest target nowadays. That's why, like, I'm very hesitant upon, like, even hitting up again now, bro, and some conversation because now these days are
Bro, every day, but niggas are still falling into the trap. There's one I saw this other week about this guy who met this girl at a pub, and then they went out together, and then I'm not sent him a text, but my man 1.5 year. Nigga didn't pay. An hour later, the cops came through, bro. Like, this nigga raped me.
you see what I mean? You see, nah, bro.
I don't understand. Some men don't learn.
That's why I look up culture. Mom, heck, I gotta go to a traditional agency and learn people all where you come from. I want that. I don't care if you call me Lane. I don't give a shit, bro. I don't have no hookup to promo, but I never liked that hookup shit anyway, man.
Say makwinyeni, bro. Must you better
Yeah, that's what I kill. Bro. So that if you try to send me up, you're ready for family sent here to go look for the land to explain. That happens. That's work.
They're scams. They are fucking scams. Ungu uzenga imbokoto yakho. And then kukho aba bakhawuleza bavule. They tell you, no, I got an estate, I got a fund, I got this.
No, that's why Miss Rose.
Look what happened to Boniface, Victor Boniface, you know, the Leverkusen.
What happened to Victor?
The bro was about to marry, I'm not sure, he's a Swedish girlfriend of 4 years. Before they got married, she found out that the nigga actually registered everything under his mom's name. She
Earlier the review, Rafi, keep my stuff doing my hair, ends up becoming so seriously immersed.
did everything under his mom. When the girl found out, she broke off the marriage. W for nigga.
Look at Jude Bellingham's girlfriend right now. When I saw that, I was like, Jude, what are you doing, bro? What are you?
Don't do it. Eating Kim Kardashian, bro.
No, it's not. I saw that, but nah, it's not. The thing looks like, I don't know what she is, but like a blonde girl. I was like, bro, this girl's after your money, bro. Come on, bro. Even the blind nigga could see. All there was even some memes. Man was looking at that girl some type of real in the picture. I was like, even moms know, bro. Nah.
I hope I you don't fall in trip.
Like,
We love you, Jude, but
I am about the height of her career, the best club in the world, please.
bro. Sure, you register all that shit on your mom's name, bro. Otherwise, you're
You know, Ram?
fine.
This other crazy girl, I forgot who she was dating. God, I can't get the man's name in my head. But, I think it was Adesanya. Just because she was dating Adesanya, she wanted money for it. Yep.
She wanted money because she was dating him
For a certain amount of time. I'm telling you, I was like, what the hell is the world gone into, bro? Just because we're dating now, I'm at the started. Really insane.
Where is this entitlement all coming from? You see the kind of shit I always talk about the women that exist out here, bro.
That's why I'm amazing, but I don't want the Caucasian woman. Because I was, let's go for the vibe, bro. I was the, what's it?
For the bag.
Because all these stars get this Caucasian woman. I'm like, are you my brother?
Careful.
Because Umar Johnson says, don't keep the skull. Waiting, that guy's just making jokes, but that guy's was.
And you won't buy deep kanjani, like if it's the shit that doesn't get listened to. That's why these men are going to keep on getting played and so on. We're not saying, guys, we better men and all this kind of stuff, but we are just observing what is happening around us. Careful about that. And to me, I don't take that lightly, bro. I don't take that lightly because I understand that learning about myself is going to be an everyday thing. Imagine you with someone, they're not with you because they love you, they're in love with what you.
What position is
Because once the title gets taken away, all of a sudden it's bye.
that? Me as a black man right now, I'm working the road. Why would a girl that lives in Cairns Bay people, that's white, that does more, why don't she want me, man? Why can she benefit from me? That's when then I burn, but it's not love.
Yeah, it's just about collecting a check. It's just about collecting a check, Fit, and sure, bro. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. But I'm still standing on this, guys, that we're not saying we better men. We're just highlighting. We're just commenting on what we are seeing. We're also including what we think Tina we actually deserve, because to me it's never about the position that I am. It's about me as a man and my values, because that thing won't change because now I got a couple of change in my pocket. My values are not going to be changed because someone else starts to come through.
You just want men to be more aware.
Yeah, we just want men to be aware and be very careful, because we can be our own enemy sometimes, Tina, as men, because we get a little bit of buck there and there. Now all of a sudden we want to splurge, but we don't understand who we are attracting with that splurging.
But you gotta be a strong man because God programmed that lust in us. That like God made sure, like when you see a pretty woman, you no. Sometimes the bird man even work. I swear you make decisions and then we're like, you think later, you're like, what the hell, bro? Why? Cause it's that thing. God put him because God put it in us so we can make real kids, we make more humans.
And it's our job. Sit about the eye of it.
We, we,
So we're saying, guys, please make sure that you control your lust.
yep.
Yeah, well, because you are the world bringer. We're not saying women don't bring kids into this world, but because we are the ones that initiate the sex, and people focus so much on the the outcome of it. What about the person who lays the seed? And one of my colleagues was a girl yesterday, and she was telling me about this, Uguti. I'm very careful about who I want to have a child with, because remember, I'm going to be tied to this person for my entire life. And to all the ladies out there, remember, you chose your baby daddy. Mm-hmm. The nigga you complaining about, you making us aware of on social media, you chose that nigga. You made the bed, now lie in it. Because you guys keep on going into situation expecting yeah, he's gonna change. A baby's not gonna change a nigga. If a nigga is that way, he will change only when he decides he wants to change. So women must stop this thing of thinking they can change men. That's not their job. Like, I was in that position as well, to think that, you know what, my woman will change me. She didn't. I had to make the choice. She only highlighted all those things that I needed to work on because she loved me so much, you see? And it got to a point where I was like, she's actually onto something, because now I am backing away from the emotions now. I'm starting to think, okay, would a person that loves me tell me all of this stuff? So now I see it, okay, it's coming from a place of she wants me to be better. She wants me to be a better person. And then I started to take that very seriously. I stopped the drinking, but also that I can become a very active and present father. It had nothing to do with, yo, now calling to Shota, yo, I'm not going to be with my niggas, because now it made me see that there were people who were in my life because of the activities I was doing. Once I stopped doing all of that kind of stuff, now the true color started to come out. Then I started to have the courage to say no to people, because I knew I had something to offer. Now they were around me because of what I offered. Once I started like holding back on that, now all of a sudden the true colors started to come out. Nigga, you don't give us this, this, this. I'm like, nigga, it belongs to me. It's mine. You have no privilege to quiz, man. Oh, you my niggas with you. I'm like, I don't owe you shit, nigga. I don't owe you shit. Even my own siblings, my own sisters would never come and tell me, I got on the good brother wako, brother wami, yo, so you must do this and this and this for me. No, they don't do that in Rena. You are me. We don't even share the same blood. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Can you stop doing this? It's so weird. Those men have been, when niggas are no longer with you, they want to badmouth you and say, nah, I'm full of shit and all that. It's not because you're full of shit, it's because you put boundaries right now.
Yeah.
People are always gonna abuse you up until you start to say no. In fact, you're fucking up my privacy. I can't have niggas putting out in my crib at any time that they want because they are my niggas. Well, what about alone time? What about I need to be with my girl and all of that? be aware that anyone that doesn't respect your time doesn't respect you, bro. Simple as that. I don't care how long you've been, my nigga. Even my best friends, when they come over, they let me know. They text me, bro, corner, can I come through? Yeah, boy, I will see you in a while. As the couch railway, thingy, and all of those kind of things, so that I know, okay, I'm expecting him. And then I won't just pull up here. Next thing, can you give me this? Can you give me? It's fucking takers. And I always remind people, you know what? A taker doesn't have limits. That's why the giver must have limits. The giver must have boundaries. You must stop giving. There must be a point where, like, this is enough. Because they are taking away a piece of you that you can't get back now. Now, the people that you love, you have to go and complain to them. You know, there's this person who's fucking me up, fucking me up, and doing all this kind of stuff. And then this girl, back to what the girl was saying to me, she ended up leaving this dude because it felt like, yo, bro, you don't appreciate what I have to bring to the table. You see, she came over to his house. Mom didn't like her. Oh, she literally had to ask to do everything, go to the loo, do all this kind of stuff and all of that. And she didn't like that. And she said, you know what? I started to have that conversation because even him, the dude, he was mentally abusing me. Oh, he was verbally abusing me. Yeah, like the nigga wouldn't even stand up for his own girl in front of his in front of his parents. He would let his mom like do whatever with him at yak, and then when she addresses that, he brushes it off. He gaslights and do all this kind of stuff. And he said, one day I just developed the courage to leave him.
See, sometimes being a mama's boy ain't good, man. Gotta put your mama in check.
Because according to the mom, him as a colored boy, he was supposed to be with a white girl.
See that thing of putting skin tones in higher pedestals, putting certain races, it's a problem, bro.
So now she ended up not being with him anymore, and he was like, Thando, I feel so powerful, like I'm not missing out. Because place where right now I understand my worth. It was not just about the money. You see, it was not about my status. It's about the mere fact that I was comfortable with myself, but I can't be with someone who doesn't appreciate me and what I bring to the table, because I know that I'm a loving person, I'm a giver and all those kind of stuff, but don't take advantage of me. Don't take advantage of me. And I've seen plenty girls in this situation where they get to be with people. Yes, they give them everything in terms of financial and all of that. We don't know what happens behind, but their spirit is being killed by this person physically, mentally, and emotionally. Where this person destroys and tells you, you know, if it went for me, you wouldn't have A, B, and C. And then when they walk on the streets, they're in these cars, they put up an image. And people, like, the eye is deceiving, SunGula, bruh. It's deceiving. People are dying inside in these relationships. They hang on to this thing because of the material that they're getting. But a piece of their soul keeps on being taken away every time, taken away. And by the time they realize that they can't reclaim it back, that is when you find niggas killing. Saying, you can't be with someone else, Galo, because I buy A, B, and C for you. And we're talking about facts, things that are happening behind closed doors, guys. You see, this is why I'm standing on business about this. Girls need to value themselves. Women need to value themselves, so that you don't get to be put in position where you get abused. And Chad always says, if you're not ready to leave, you're not ready. You still love being abused. The moment you leave that relationship, then everything in terms of your own power, you need to reclaim it. Women think they don't have power.
Yep, they do.
And you do, and there's countless niggas waiting to love you for you. Treat you like the queen that you are.
Science call it a partnership. It's a two-way street.
Treat you like the queen that you are, like royalty. Where you don't have to walk on eggshells and you feel like, no, there are niggas who want to empower you. Like, baby girl, you want to make that dream happen, you need to get up. You need to get up, because now I envision myself being with someone I can wake up, work out with, meditate. We can share goals.
No, imagine y'all like the same thing as like meditating, bro. That would be so cool. Oh, man, bro. Like, that would be so cool. Like, I feel like ideally to me, you're supposed to like marry your best friend.
Of course, bro. Of course, if it because alhamdulillah, like, as much as we are with someone, but
That's it.
she is your friend.
Like, if your girl's supposed to be your friend, bro. You can talk about anything with lach, and like some people in the relationship they call him a lot, bro. So, but I'm like, what? What? How? Okay, I can't call him my step. I don't know this white non thing, but I used to call him that perhaps too. You see, them realms to laugh. Even when I'm there, bro, like I can hear them, like they act, bro.
Friendship.
He's a you see, it's always a being like that, bro. So, friend, I grew up seeing that and I was like, nah, man, I need something similar. You see, that's what important. Umtana tayo cool. Umtana's watching everything, bro. They didn't remember it to the adults.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. Like you got that spot on, Fit. And in me having a friend and go one of my best friends, bro, at work, Chadley Johnson, shout out to him. Boneng guy, if Chad is younger, he's 23 and go, ne? Yeah. But he's been married for 2 years. He just had a baby boy and go. Shout out Chad. And I've been telling me, bro, you are one of the people that I see that marriage works, bro. Oh, like marriage works. And you told me what happened with your wife, Fetu, and how you guys got to where you are right now. And I'm just so proud of you, Fetu, of that it got to a point where you made a decision. You know what? I want to be with this person. Yes, we've been through a lot, but I made the decision. Like he said, like we must take accountability for the decision that we made. We wanted to be together. I wanted to marry her. She wanted to be married with me. And that's the other thing. It doesn't matter how long you've been with a person, Sungula, but it must be something that both of you want. Because right now, you become one.
Exactly.
You become one. Like, it's not about the other person. It's not about, it's everything must be in unionship. And that's the other thing that makes me see that, real connections matter, bro. Like the friendship, and that guy is such a joker, bro. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that happens at work. But hearing him after coming from leave and he's saying, yo, bruh, I missed you, bruh, it makes me see that, yo, I matter, bro. I matter to someone. Like, I make someone's day being there. We joke a majority of the time, even at the things that people get serious about, because remember, we deal with people on a daily basis. But we make that experience very comfortable for ourselves. And to people who are going to be onlookers, they were like, look at these guys. Oh, they love their job. They're this, they this, they this. And we tell them, of course, we love our job. But the other thing they don't know that we also sometimes feel like we don't want to be there, but we got kids, bro, to feed. Yeah, well, we got dreams to chase. Sumchita has a wife who's at home, 30, has a newborn baby right now. So we don't entertain that kind of mindset. They're like, it's fun for you to think that kind of way, but don't project that shit. Don't Jay-Z that shit on us. Yeah, well, because you ain't got no responsibilities. You can quit this job and mommy can look after you. We don't have that privilege. Because he goes home, he has a wife. I come here, I have sisters that are going to be like, yo, nigga, what's up? Why you ain't pushing right now? Yeah, you want to land. So it's different situations, but in him making me aware of those things, that's one of the things that I always take away from him. And I let him know, bro, I appreciate how you are an embodiment of what marriage is currently. Like, I see it in how you speak about your wife. You don't disrespect women. You don't look at women that kind of way and all this kind of stuff. And it makes me believe, like, I want what you have with your wife, with someone that can be like that for me, bro. So that's the only thing I think about. Even when he buys stuff, he buys McDonald's, is like, nah, bro, I'm going to get something for my wife. Bro, and then I'll ask him, what are you having for lunch today? Like, my wife make lasagna, maybe, bro. So I'm gonna eat this. That's such a bro. Such a girl. This is the shit. This is the goals. These are the goals. It's never about age, Sungula. Yeah, because the nigga, he found someone he wanted to be with. She wanted to be with him, and now they have a family, bro. And It's beautiful.
Wow. That's in your Ronaldo. Don't you know that couple when on Facebook, they famous, they on Facebook. The light skinned brother, that's true, and they like to make memes with this girl and he's told me
It's oh, careful, I know.
cover also in sparkles, bro. Like those together, like more than for them, bro. It's like damn, bro. It's beautiful. Like in my Kosa community, bro, that's rare, bro.
It's very rare, bro. It's very rare, Phil. It's very rare.
Like people in the conversation of the content, people are always saying guys get married. Jeez. Like where people see it, that like, sir, this guy, like it's do you know what I think I'm gonna say then? He's gonna do it. But in that is serious. Most of the time it's just gonna work, bro. If another's gonna be the playboy, nah, bro. It's just in a tangle, bro. Because most of the time women want us to be serious about them, bro. And then they'll show you,
I follow suit. Think a woman, Phil, needs a man that will lead.
yep.
They need a leader. If you go and lead and when you stand on business, that's why when we started the episode, we talked about the fact that when you're a high value man, your job practically is to destroy a beautiful woman's ego. And that is what they want. Remember, ego is it's self-made, bro. It's self-made, and all these men pumping her up. Oh, baby girl, you beautiful, sending you. Oh, I want you. Can I take her here? Can I do all this kind of stuff? Everyone they pumping her up, and she feels important, and now then there you come. You don't even give her a slight. You destroy her left, right, and center, bro, and make her. It's not about belittling her. It's understanding that her ego doesn't matter.
Have you ever that you spoke to a beautiful girl normally? Like now it's flirting without all that stuff.
I do that often. Wo.
Exactly. How do you feel after that?
They felt shit, to be honest. They didn't realize. Yeah, I would say they felt shit because some of them would ask me, why yung nganjonga ba ndinhlekanga kana?
We always trap when a guy treats them as a human being.
Fair to there's nothing different. They shit, we shit. When they wake up in the morning, their breath stinks. Yeah, but
That's how beautiful you are. We're breasting when we wake up.
you go to the loo now if when you shit, bro. Like, ain't nothing different, bro. I can't put you on a pedestal as a woman, bro, because you're physically beautiful now all of a sudden. What justice am I gonna do myself? Yeah, well, I can't put you on a pedestal, and that is why you have this entitled woman, because too many niggas putting them on a pedestal. Now you come there and you destroy the entire stage. Now all of a sudden it feels like our whole world is destroyed. It's because of the men that you've been with that put you in high regard. To me, you're just ordinary.
You know that you knew as a young guy, as a young fella when I was still in my teens and stuff. That's how I got women.
That's how you.
More. I mom used to flirt with them. They just used to be shocked that I treat them normal. And then they start liking me after that. Because I treat them like a human.
Because you make them wonder, why is he not giving me the same attention as them?
Yep.
She will always go for you because of that shit, bro. Like, these women, as beautiful as they are, we'll be taking nothing away from their beauty. And that is what I do. And I like joking around. I would joke you and then put a bit of seriousness upon it. Oh, and all that kind of stuff. And she would, yeah, well, and then I just leave her like that. Yeah, well, but obviously I'm a man. Sometimes I do wobble and I do get out of that things, but it doesn't get to a point where now I'm going out of my way to make her feel like, because now they're going, okay, I want to get her. I want to, bro.
You ever obsess? I was never obsessed. So, there's too many things to handle for me to obsess with you. And there's too many things going on.
Exactly, bro. We have a lot of issues that we need to deal with when a SunGula here to us. We close this one off. Yes, and as men and as women, we have a job to do. Every single 24 we get, there should be an objective, there should be an outcome to everything that we do. And if we don't get to a point where we fulfill that, then that's on us, bro. You see, and Nabisa said in one of our last episodes, Thando, you're building a new generation of men. Men that are able to talk, voice their feelings, voice their opinions without having to fear, but you're gonna get misered or you're gonna get cancelled and all this kind of stuff. You're breeding a new generation of men that are also taking accountability for where they are, because plenty of men right here, right now, we all know they're absent fathers. I was watching one of Panel's show, and the numbers are shocking, bro, about present fathers. Shocking in our communities. It's shocking, bro. But it's not that niggas are not there. They usually they there, bro, but they refuse to participate. Yeah, but so now I refuse to be part of a broken generation, bro. Because Leila Nila is in my hand.
Never let anything come between you and your kids.
Never, bro, never.
You know, some other men will use excuse, but I go, Mama, I called Holland. I'm like, bruh, are you hearing yourself? So you gonna let her come between you and the child, nigga? Nah, that's a lame excuse, bruh. I don't want to hear it, bruh. It's lame.
Actually pathetic. And my last point is, as fathers, we should be intentional about our kids, what we expose them to. And I always take photos, videos of everywhere I go with my daughter, because I understand the power of like recording fair visuals.
Oh my goodness, good show from some.
So yeah, but now imagine if our parents were intentional in that kind of way everywhere we
I even turned man in the two. I was like, yeah, when the man took videos of me when I was a kid, I would have been watching him now.
yeah, and looking back,